Before we put the crankshaft in, what's very important is the mating surface of this crankcase half to the other half over here. And this is not as important right now, but what we need to do is make sure that this is all smooth in here, and the book shows us right there. You can see where there's a bearing here and a bearing there, but it shows you where we're going to use our gray Moto seal to seal it, which is right over right there, gray Moto seal. But before we put the Moto seal on, we need to take something. This is an auto body thing. This is called wax and grease remover. Okay? And what that is, it's just like shampoo or maybe this cleaner over here. What it does is it gets on the surface right here and it lifts the wax and the grease above it so you can wipe it off. The cleaner the surface you have for the gray Moto seal, the better seal we're going to have. And what we're going to do is right here, right where my hand is going to be the what's it called? Your generator. So that doesn't really matter. There's going to be a seal right here. There's usually a seal right over here, but there won't be because there's a cover that goes right here that covers the oil pump and a few other things, and that's a different deal. But what we want to do is take some Q-tips right here, and they have a really neat name for these in England. Speaking of England, I want to give a shout out to my mate, hope I said that right, Elliot from London. He's one of the lads. I hope I said that right. And an overall stand-up cool guy. Anyway, Elliot, make as many videos as you can, and you're doing a good job. So, we take the wax and grease remover, and we take our, well, you can put it on with whatever you want, but these are really good for getting into holes and things like this. You can have everything clean, everything beautiful, but you can have all kinds of contamination in these holes right here. That, like right here, everything was cleaned out, done beautifully and beautifully. Look at all that crap on there. Jesus. I mean, you wouldn't want to operate with this anywhere nearby. Then, the other thing about these crankcases is the dowelings right here. These are stainless steel dowels. If you look, they would tell you where the dowel pins are in this case. There's one right here, which is the one I showed you, and there's one right here, which I haven't showed you because it's not there. Anyway, this is where one goes. This is where the other one goes. The thing is, you do not want to put the doweling, you do not want to put the cases together without the dowel pins in them. The dowel pins, people think, oh, they're pressed in there, and Honda put them in there with a super brilliant $1 million machine. No, they don't. They put them in there with their finger, and they can come out, they fall out, or what happens generally is that the doweling pins may have been put in right here and right here when the engine was built, but when it came apart, the other doweling pin that I'm talking about is in the top of the motor, top of the crankshaft, crankcase, which is no problem. That's no problem. But just be aware that dowel pins are not put in by the factory permanently. They can fall out in some cases. If they do, you got to make sure that you take a look at your holes. There's one here and one here that they have to be there, because what they do is they allow the cases to stay rigidly together where they're supposed to and not twist like this then when you put them together. So we use our wax and grease remover on everything the book tells us to, which is from here, this flat surface, all the way around here, here, down in here. This is where the seal goes, to the outer seal that goes to the variator, around here, and right around this right here. These are called your main bearings, or your bearing mains. These are 2-bolt mains. Now, if you know anything about hot cars, a 4-bolt main is what you want, or truck setup. Our big 350 or 427 engines had not 2-bolt mains, but they had 4-bolt. So, because of the high horsepower that we hope to attain and always lied to our friends about. Alright, I'm going to take a small break and gather my thoughts, what little I have left, and we shall proceed. Mate?